Good morning and welcome to All Levels Vinyasa. Please find yourself in a comfortable position on your mat. We're going to start off today in child's pose. So prior to starting, if you'd like to put a blanket across your mat or some type of extra padding if you have knee sensitivities or any joint sensitivities. Then go ahead and come into your child's pose, placing any props underneath your seat if you need to, or underneath the backs of the thighs. If you feel like the forehead or the head is dangling, you could place a block underneath the forehead, or you can let the elbows splay out to the sides, resting the palms stacked on one on top of the other, and the forehead can come to the palms. Take a moment here to scan your body. Take a deep breath, inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Starting to tune into your breath as you scan your body, noticing any sensations, any aches, tenderness. Take another deep breath, inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. And allow your breath to remain natural. As you begin to check in with yourself and ask how you're feeling in this moment, emotionally and energetically. And allowing whatever that is for you today to surface into a place of non-judgment. Take another deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Returning to your natural breath as you begin to check in with the thoughts, check in with the quality of the mind this morning. Does it feel sluggish? Does it feel active? Or somewhere in between? And as you begin to observing from that place of non-judgment, creating that container of acceptance and loving kindness for yourself. Take another deep breath, inhale. Exhale, let it go. This time begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen your breath, grow your breath towards your belly. And let the breath expand the belly in all directions, towards the earth, the side, the back body. Exhale, let it go. Still deepening the breath here. See if you can bring a smoothness to the inhalation and exhalation as you begin to even them out. If it helps to breathe in to the count of 3 and exhale to the count of 3, and do that. Breathing into your belly, ribs, and chest, and exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. And you're welcome to set an intention for your practice if that feels right for you in this moment. Noticing what surfaces for you. Maybe there's something in your life that you'd like to let go of or cultivate more of, or something that you're grateful for, a person, an experience, whatever that is for you. Taking the next few moments, setting your intention in the absence of my voice. slowly start to deepen your breath. And as it feels right for you, begin to sway your head from side to side. Wiggle your fingertips, wiggle your toes. Starting to reawaken the body in a way that feels really gentle and soft as you're starting to warm up these tissues. And go ahead and extend the arms out in front of you. Forehead can come to the earth again or to a block. But this time, as you spread your palms wide, press them into the earth and see if you can send some of your weight back into your hips a little bit more, deepening your stretch. Take another deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Next deep breath, walking fingertips towards the right side of your mat. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, softening the back of the neck and the jaw. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and slowly walk your fingertips back towards center and towards the left side. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale, allowing the breath to expand the body. And exhale. Walk fingertips back through center and go ahead and shift your weight back forward, coming towards tabletop position. Stack your palms right underneath the shoulders, spreading them nice and wide. Pressing the mounds of your fingers into the earth and gently wrap your elbows in to protect your shoulder girdles. Bring length to your spine by reaching the crown of your head forward and tucking your tailbone underneath. Take one more deep breath here. Soften your ankles. Exhale, let it go. Notice the muscles of your face. Unclench your jaw. Inhale and exhale. Next deep breath. Go ahead and reach your heart forward. Traction your palms towards your knees, lifting your heart and chest. Exhale, press and round into yourself, pressing into your back body and your heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press and round. Going at your own pace, moving with your breath now as you inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, press and round. A few more, taking your time. And again, warming up the spine here. Noticing all points of contact you're making with the earth. Notice where you're holding tension in the body and where you can soften. Go ahead and start to bring your spine back to neutral. Separate your knees out about mat width distance and bring those big toes into touch. Start to sit your weight back towards one hip and then towards the other side. Rolling out the wrists in the same way. So making giant circles here with the body. Pressing into the sides of the body as you open up. Let the neck be soft here. The head can be involved too. Unhinging. Allow the jaw to release. And not being too concerned with what you look like. See if you can close your eyes here if it feels right. And really experience what it feels like to move in this body, warming up the joints in this way. If you haven't already, go ahead and start to reverse the direction of the circles. Know that popping and cracking is totally normal, especially in the winter time where joints tend to be a little bit drier with the colder season. Remembering to release any judgment and allowing this practice to be an inquiry. Notice if your breath has shallowed out, guide it back. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth or nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and bring that spine back to stillness. Again, leave the hips or the knees spreading wide. Walk the palms out in front of you a couple inches more. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lower all the way down, elbows hugging in to the rib cage. Bring those big toes into touch as you bring length to your legs. Inhale, rooting through your pubic bone, roll shoulders back and down, coming in to low cobra. Exhale, the heart lowers. Inhale, bhujangasana, heart lifts. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, low cobra, rolling those shoulders back and pausing here. Engage through your glutes. And we have 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Go ahead and start to push some of the weight into the palms. You can tuck your toes here just for a little bit more leverage. Pressing into those palms, elbows hugging in, come back through tabletop position. Toes are tucked, so go ahead and send the hips back into a child's pose, finding an opening through the soles of the feet. Take another deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhale deep into your belly, rib cage and chest. Exhale, let it go. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, shift your weight back through that tabletop position. Find that nice flat table. Spine is nice and long. Fingertips spreading nice and wide and palms stacked underneath the shoulders. Go ahead and guide those elbows in. Take your knees about hips width distance apart. Keep those toes tucked. Start to lift your knees off the earth so they hover about an inch or 2. As they're lifted here, just notice the activation through the front body. Take it a little higher, start to lift the hips a little higher, shifting the weight back with knees bent into your first downward facing dog. You can separate your feet about mats with distance apart, however wide you need to for you. Knees can be super bent here. The head is really heavy and the neck is nice and soft. Take your gaze maybe towards the belly button and lengthen through your spine. Elbows are still wrapping in here and engaging those lower traps. Yeah, neck is soft. Inhale, maybe pedal out your dog, shifting your weight into one leg and then the opposite, bending into one knee and then straightening the opposite one. Do that a few times. Notice if your breath is shallowed out. See if you can bring it back and move on the breath. Inhaling as you straighten. Exhaling as you let it go. Go ahead and start to straighten both legs, reaching both heels towards the earth as much as you can. Take a deep breath, lifting through the sits bones. And as you exhale, go ahead and make your way to the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. First forward fold of the morning, just like we came out of that very first downward facing dog, hamstrings may be a little tight. So go ahead and take your feet a little wider if you need to. Soften your knees or bend them. And let your torso hang heavily over the lower half. Let your head be heavy. Shake it yes and no. And jaw releasing. And nobody's looking at your face. So go ahead and squinch up your face. And then stretch out your mouth. Release your jaw. Open your jaw nice and wide. Getting ready for all those beautiful smiles today. And then relax your face. Go ahead and keep those toes spreading wide and those sits bones lifting. It's okay if the knees are bent, but we're strengthening our legs here and stretching at the same time. Take another deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Spread those toes nice and wide. Begin to bend your knees and press into your feet. Grow your legs strong and slowly roll up your spine as you begin to stand. Crown of the head is lifting last. And then pause for a moment at the top. Notice if you feel dizzy. If you do, take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale forcefully through the mouth. Maybe 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Coming through your Tadasana, spread your palms nice and wide so your palms are facing the front and the fingertips are pointing down towards the earth, separating from one another. Those toes are spreading nice and wide and the feet are anchoring. You go ahead and shift your weight to one foot and then the opposite foot forwards and backwards. Find that place, that base of support where you feel the tallest and the weight is evenly distributed through your feet. Once you've found that place, go ahead and tuck your tailbone slightly, roll your spine long out of your pelvis, soften the shoulders away from your ears, and reach through the crown of your head. Notice your shape. Notice how you feel energetically here in mountain pose or Tadasana.
Take a deep breath and exhale. Bring the palms together and in front of the heart space. And you can keep your feet separated, or you can bring them together, the toes touching. Take a deep breath, and as you do, reach your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, forward fold. You can come down with a flat back, or you can soften your knees and place your palms on the tops of your thighs. As you come through your forward fold here, let your spine be long. Inhale, halfway lift, coming up with that flat back. Or again, you can bend your knees as an option. Place your palms on your thighs and inhale, come up with a flat back. So if you have any low back issues, that could be a really nice option as you transition from forward fold to standing, and vice versa. So coming up with a flat back, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms lift overhead, bring the palms together, and as you exhale, bring the palms to heart center, samasthiti or position 1. And take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. So we're going to do that series 3 times back to back. And if you were going too fast, then you're welcome to go at your own pace as always. This is your practice, and remembering to stay in that spirit of ahimsa as we begin to flow and things like that. So go ahead and find your nice strong legs and feet. Spread those toes wide, and on your next deep breath, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, taking whatever variation. And exhale, fold. So moving on one breath. Inhale, rise to stand, reach the arms up. And exhale, drop the palms to heart center. One breath to reset. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth or nose. Next inhale, go ahead and reach the arms up. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and press into those feet and rise to stand. Arms reach nice and long. And exhale, palms drop to the heart. One breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Next breath in. Arms reach up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, make your legs strong. Inhale, reach, stand tall. And exhale, palms drop down to heart center. Pause here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And observing how you feel. Observing the energy flowing through your body as we went through that variation of sun salutation. Taking a couple more rounds of breath, just noticing here how you feel in this moment. With the effects of the asana. When you feel ready, go ahead and wiggle those toes. Feet can be together or separated here. Remembering, nice long spine. When you feel ready, take a deep breath, reach those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. So we're building on our sequence now. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and plant your hands to the earth, or if you have blocks, you can use blocks. Step your right foot back towards a lunge. Find that opening first through your hip. Hips are nice and square towards the front. And that back leg, that back femur bone is reaching towards the sky as you're reaching through that back heel. Spreading those front toes nice and wide, and that knee's right over that right ankle. Spine is long, shoulders are softening. Soften the jaw and take a deep breath. And exhale, drop the back knee down. Engage here through your glutes, finding stability through your pelvis. Once you do, inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Spine is nice and long. Soften those shoulders. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. From here, as you inhale, find a little bit of lift and length. Keeping the stability through the lower half, go ahead and twist open towards the right side, extending the right fingertips forward and the left fingertips backwards. Beautiful. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, unwind, reach those arms back up overhead. And then as you exhale, go ahead and drop the palms down. Lift off of that back knee first and step it back to the top of a push-up. So whether your palms are on those blocks or on the earth, totally up to you. We're pausing here in our push-up. Let's find that stability through the spine here. Notice really your core. And if you feel like you're sagging through your midline, go ahead and engage your core. Pull the core back in line with your spine. And if you need to, if you have any low back issues or it's speaking to you, go ahead and drop your knees down and engage your core. We're breathing for 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, elbows hugging in, lower down all the way onto the earth. Chaturanga Dandasana. Untuck your toes. You can bring them into touch if you'd like, or not, but engage through your glutes as you root down through your pubic bone and inhale, lift your torso, Bhujangasana Cobra. Length through your spine, gently tucking your chin. So try not to compress through your cervical spine. Take your gaze down towards the earth, keeping that length. Exhale, drop your heart down. One more, inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, drop it down. Go ahead and press into your palms, elbows hugging in here, tuck those toes underneath. You can come back through that tabletop, or you can extend those legs straight, chaturanga, press through your push-up, and then bring your hips back to your downward facing dog. Second downward facing dog of the day. See how the backs of the hamstrings feel now. If you need to keep those knees bent or the feet separated, go ahead and do so. Pedaling out your dog here. And we have 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Go ahead and reach those heels down towards the earth. And on your next deep breath, shift your weight into your left foot and inhale, extend your right leg nice and long, 3-legged dog on the right side. Go ahead and square your shoulders towards the earth. Take another deep breath. Bend your knee, open up that hip, and we have 3 circles here. Go ahead and draw your knee in towards your belly and circle the knee out towards the side. And it's okay if the knee doesn't go super high. See if you can really keep the movement isolated to just the hip. 3 circles does it. Inhale, right leg lifts. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward. Let's find another grounded lunge here. Drop the back knee down. Pausing here for a moment, we're going to plant the left palm on the inside of the right foot and inhale, spiral the right fingertips open towards the right side. Take 1 deep breath, nice and low here. Inhale and exhale. Drop the palm down, squaring that front foot, straighten into that back leg, and we're pausing here for a breath. Take a deep one, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth or nose. Start to grow light in your back leg, and we're going to step the back foot forward. So if you need to heel toe or step the foot up a little bit to achieve that, then that's totally fine. But we're going to step that back foot forward and find a forward fold towards the top of the mat. You can use blocks too as we transition. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, carries you up, arms lift. And exhale, drop your palms to your heart and come back to your breath. We have 2 here. Inhale and exhale. Just notice for these next 2 breaths. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Next breath. Inhale, arms lift. Taking it to the other side. This time, exhale, forward fold, coming down through center. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Place your hands to the earth or blocks, and this time step your left foot back in a nice lunge. Leave that back knee nice and lifted first, keeping that opening through your hip. Spreading those front toes nice and wide, and that front knee is right over the right heel. That back thigh is pressing towards the earth, and you're also reaching through that back heel. Take 1 more deep breath. Rolling your spine long, soften the shoulders away from your ears as you exhale, drop your back knee down. Engage here, keeping the stability through your hips. So find your adduction. You're adducting your legs together, and then as you inhale, finding that stability, reach the arms up. Spine is nice and long, neck is soft here. Take one more deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and twist open towards the right side. Reaching the left fingertips forward this time, and the right ones backwards. Try your best to keep the stability through those hips so that activation is coming right through your core. A lot of core work today. Take another deep breath. Exhale, unwind, reach those arms up, inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and plant those palms back down. Straighten through that back leg, and we're stepping it back to the top of a push-up. Pause here. Finding that nice long spine and engaging through your core to support your low back. Elbows are still wrapping in here to protect your shoulder girdle. We have 3, 2. Are you still breathing? 1. And as you exhale, lower all the way down or halfway this time, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, your choice. And exhale, coming back through your tabletop or your plank to downward facing dog. As you land in your downward facing dog, we have 3 breaths. You can pedal out your dog or stay static wherever you are. Just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Can you bring the breath back? Notice where the mind is. One more deep breath, inhale and exhale. Start to shift your weight to the right foot, and as you inhale, reach that left leg up and out. 3-legged dog on the left side. Take another deep breath, really lifting through that back thigh. And as you exhale, bend your knee, open up that hip. We have 3 circles on this side. Doing your best to isolate the movements to the hip. That means that the upper body is rooted and grounding you, but the neck is still soft. Okay, one more circle, and then inhale, 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, step that left foot forward between the palms of the hands. Lower the back knee down. Take one more deep breath, finding the stability. Knee is right over the ankle. And then plant the right palm down on the inside of the left foot. Inhale, left fingertips reach. Take one deep breath here in this twist. Again, engaging through the core, stable through the legs. Soften where you can. Inhale. And as you exhale, unwind. Plant the palm down to frame the front foot. Straighten into the back leg. And with the strength of your legs, step your back foot to meet the left. Coming through forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, drop the palms to the heart center and pause here. Again, noticing the effects of the sequence. Finding your breath and smoothing it back out. And just noticing again how you're feeling in this moment. How does it feel to have flowed through both sides of the body and move them in this way? Last deep breath. As you feel ready, if the eyes were closed, go ahead and re-blink the eyes open. Finding your drishti or your focal point. And then you're going to inhale, reach the arms up once again. This time, you're going to let the palms separate. You can let the feet separate about hip-width distance apart. And as you exhale, have a seat, take a chair pose here. You can let the arms remain out in front of you, shoulders, humerus bones plugging into the shoulders. So if you can, plugging those in here, retracting them back, and extending the arms out at the same time. And we're sitting here lengthening through the tailbone. Take another deep breath, go long through your spine. Squat down just a little bit more and imagine they put a block between your knees. Go ahead and try to fire up your adductors by holding that imaginary block between your knees and see if that changes the stability through your seat. Okay, so we're firing up more muscles, so we're creating more stability. So take another deep breath. Notice where you might be holding as you create that stability. Notice where you might be feeling engagement through the lower half. Notice where you might be feeling heat or energy move through the body. We have at 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and plant your hands to the earth. This time, you can float or step both feet back to the top of a push-up. If you float both feet back, make sure the elbows are bent as the toes land. Lowering down halfway or all the way, chaturanga dandasana. And then inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, go ahead and come back to your chaturanga. Come back to your tabletop or your plank or push-up. And send your hips back to your downward facing dog. We have 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg reaches nice and high. Bend your knee, open up that hip. This time you can go ahead and start to drop your foot back slightly. And then come back. We're just testing it out just to see what opening we have in the low back a little bit here, keeping the stability through the shoulders, and then bringing the hip back in alignment, extending that right leg nice and long. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, reach that right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee towards the belly, this time towards the nose, shifting forward plank. Inhale, reaching that right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Breathing here, inhale, leg comes up and back. This time as you exhale, step your right foot forward. Finding your high lunge, finding stability through the legs first. And once you do, inhale, reach those arms up. Inhale. Take a moment here to find that high lunge for warrior 1. And then open up warrior 2. Coming through your warrior 2, hips are peeling open, pressing into the back edge of that back foot. And that right knee is tracking towards the right. Fingertips extending out in both directions. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, coming into your side angle. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, side angle. Last one. Inhale, reach it up and back, but this time go ahead and straighten that front leg, grab hold of your right wrist, and you can lift those front toes if you'd like, finding sky archer. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your clasp, extend forward, reaching all the way, coming through triangle pose, dropping fingertips to blocks, or dropping fingertips to the earth. The legs are adducting together, creating that stability. And imagine that you're between 2 panes of glass. Okay, so pausing there. You can take your gaze towards the earth if your neck is sensitive or you have any cervical spine issues. Take one more deep breath. Next, inhale, rebend that front knee. Inhale, reach it up and back, reverse your warrior. This time as you exhale, cartwheel the arms down to frame your front foot. Step it back to the top of a push-up. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, lower down halfway or all the way, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And as you exhale, press it back to your downward facing dog. Take another deep breath where you are. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and slowly start to raise up onto the balls of feet. Bend your knees, and you can float or walk to the top of your mat. Find your forward fold position. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Go ahead and press into your feet, and halfway lift. We're gonna come back to our chair pose, so you can separate your feet a little wider, start to sink your hips down. I almost forgot. And your heart's gonna lift, arms will lift, chair pose. Pausing for a breath, inhale. And as you exhale, press into the legs, straighten them, come to standing. Pausing at the top of your mat for a couple breaths. And again, just noticing here the effects of the asana of the series, the sequence we just did. Notice maybe the heartbeat in your chest. Notice your breath. Or any other sensations that you might be experiencing in this moment. Right? Everything is welcome, even thoughts, even mind chatter, emotions. Because all of these aspects comprise our experience. So taking one more moment here as we inhale and exhale. Re-blinking the eyes back open if you close them. And on your next deep breath, you're going to separate your feet again about hips width distance apart. Spread the toes nice and wide. Inhale, go ahead and have a seat, chair pose. Find that alignment here. Spread your toes nice and wide. So bringing your spine long, lifting your chest high, tucking that tailbone. And reaching the arms forward. And we have 3, 2, holding that imaginary block. And 1, exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Go ahead and plant your hands to the earth or to blocks, and you can step or float the feet back towards plank position. Lower down halfway or all the way, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, coming back through your chaturanga and either your tabletop or your plank to downward dog. Take a deep breath once you've landed. Inhale and exhale. Find your foundation. Spread those palms nice and wide again. Notice if you've lost that activation compared to when you first arrived on your mat. See if you can reestablish it, taking your time. Deep breath, inhale and exhale. Shifting your weight to the right foot and inhale, lift your left leg nice and high. 3-legged dog on the left side. Beautiful. Take another deep breath, inhale. And exhale, bend your knee, open up that hip. And again, we're experimenting here, keeping the shoulders stable. Experimenting with possibly flipping the dog later. And inhale, lifting that left leg back nice and high. And as you exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow, keeping the stability through your core. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee comes into your chest. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, step your left foot between the palms of your hands. Find that stability first through the legs. Adduct them together, rooting down through your feet. Spread the toes wide. When you feel ready, inhale, reach those arms up. Stability through the lower half here. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, open up warrior 2. Spinning that back heel down. Pressing into the back edge of that back foot. And that left knee is tracking towards the left. Peeling the hips open. Spreading fingertips wide. Soften shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach it up and back. And exhale, coming into side angle. Reach that back arm overhead. Shoulders are extended away from the ears. Inhale, reach the arm up and back. Exhale, coming into side angle. Last one, this time inhale, reach it up and back. Go ahead and start to straighten through that front leg. Grab hold of the left wrist. You can pull those left toes back, balancing on the heel if you like, but make sure you adduct the legs together to keep the stability. Take one more deep breath. And as you exhale, release the foot to the earth, reaching fingertips far forward. That hip in the back is pointing towards the back of the room, letting it slide back. Reaching as far forward as you can, then hinging forward. Fingertips can come to the earth or a block, or peeling our heart open. Try best not to crunch into the side body. Grow long out of the pelvis, and then open up through the heart and torso. Last deep breath. Rebending that front knee. Inhale, reach that front arm up and back. And as we exhale, we're going to cartwheel the arms down to frame the front foot. Beautiful. Step it back to the top of a push-up. Take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, lower down halfway or all the way, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. As you exhale, coming back through your downward facing dog. So moving through that vinyasa. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming up onto the toes. Go ahead and bend those knees, and you can walk or float the feet between the palms of the hands and towards the top of the mat. Coming back through forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Press into the feet and have a seat. You can separate your feet a little wider if you'd like. Bringing your torso off the thighs and the arms parallel with the earth. And we're in our chair pose. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, press your way to stand. Palms come to the heart. And we're pausing here for a few breaths. Again, just noticing the effects of the sequence. How does your body feel right now as we're flowing through the left side? Take another deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through mouth or nose. This time we're going to separate our feet out. We're going to step our left foot back and then go ahead and face the long edge of our mat. All 10 toes are pointing towards the long edge. Placing the palms on the tops of the hip bones, grow the spine long. And we're pressing into the side edge of the feet, slightly bending those knees, not locking them out completely. Deep breath, and as we exhale, forward fold. Hinging forward here from the hips, again, spreading those toes nice and wide. If you need blocks here, you can use them as extra support for balance, or if you are not as open through the backs of the legs, you can use blocks here again for support. Wherever you are, taking a few more deep breaths, and just let the torso be heavy here. Let the head be heavy. And if you have the extension length through the torso or opening in the backs of the legs, you may be able to drop your forearms down on the earth to deepen your stretch. And if you do, see if you can, either way, whether the forearms are dropped down or not, see if you can press into the outer edges of the feet, spreading the toes wide and shifting your weight forward into your toes just a little bit, but keep your heels on the earth. Take one more deep breath. Soften your jaw and your shoulders. Sway your head from side to side, forwards and backwards. And then on your next deep breath, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Two more. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, plant your right palm down underneath your chest and sternum, and inhale, lift the left set of fingertips up. So we're coming into this twist. Keep the hips level here. So that left sits bone will want to pop up. See if you can keep your hips nice and level. So if that means that the arm isn't as extended or the torso isn't as twisted, that's okay. So we're working to that. Take one more deep breath. And as we exhale, drop the palm back down and forward fold. And we have 3 just like that. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, we're going to center the left palm underneath our chest. And inhale, spiral the right heart open. Beautiful. And again, trying your best to keep those hips level, spread those toes wide. Really, that twist is coming from that core. One more deep breath. Soften your neck, soften the shoulders. And then exhale, unwind here. And we have 3 more of those pulses. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Last one. Inhale, lift. And pause here. We're going to start to shift our weight towards our right knee, bending into our right knee, keeping the left leg nice and long, keeping the torso parallel to the earth. Start to bend both knees and shift your weight to the opposite side. So like we're skiing. Maybe not skiing, but I feel like this is more snowboarding than skiing. But we're really shifting our weight mindfully from side to side, being mindful of our knees, our joints, finding that really nice opening through the hips, the groin, muscles of the inner legs. And if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can start to lift the arms and let the arms dance with the legs. So as you switch from side to side, they're coming in. Again, that torso is nice and parallel. Your gaze is towards the earth. And after you've taken a couple cycles, go ahead and replant the palms down and recenter yourself over those palms. Then heel toe your feet in slightly. And the direction your knees are pointing, point your toes in that direction. So we're setting up for our goddess pose, keeping the hips nice and low, spine is long. Start to lift your torso and cactus the arms coming into your warrior goddess. Staying nice and low, take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. We're going to find a little pulse here. So go ahead and find your extension, extending the arms, opening out, open that heart out, and exhale, sit it down. And then go ahead and inhale, open it up, spreading through fingertips, spreading through your heart. And exhale, sit it down. Last one. Inhale, open up, spread it open. Maybe even lift the head back slightly, opening up through the heart. Exhale, sit it down. Hinging back forward. Go ahead and turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of that mat. Pausing here for a breath. And then go ahead and walk your fingertips to frame the right foot so you can start to shift back through your lunge. Plant your palms down and step it back to the top of a push-up. We have one last vinyasa here. Take a deep breath. And exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press it back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. And as you inhale this time, lift your right leg nice and high. Bend your knee and go ahead and bring your right knee to the back of your right wrist. Dial your right foot to the left. And slide into your Kapotasana pigeon pose. So if this is too challenging to take, like your knee is hurting, you can take this on your back as well. But if you're comfortable here, you can keep your hips nice and square. The toes are tucked until those hips are nice and square. And you can untuck them here and start to hinge forward as much as feels good for you. You can bring your forearms to the earth, to a pillow, bolster, blocks. Wherever you are, we are hanging out here for the next 2 minutes. I've got a timer going for you. And as much as you can while you're here, do your best to relax the body. Relax the muscles. Relax the tensions, just allowing them to fade away with each exhale breath. And see if you can use your breath to stay with the sensations that are starting to grow. And also notice what maybe thoughts or emotions may be surfacing as you are in this posture. Whatever it's surfacing, whether it be physical, energetic, emotional, or in the form of thought, And can you be present with whatever that is? Remain non-judgmental as you observe yourself from the inside out. Soften your neck and shoulders. Notice if your jaws clench. See what pockets of tension you can soften with the breath. Got about 15 more seconds. Whenever you feel ready, we're in no rush. Start to wiggle those fingertips and toes. Gently beginning to make your way out and observing sensations as you come out. Notice how it feels to come out of the posture. Maybe you bend that back knee and capture that back foot slightly just for a moment to get that really deep front stretch through that hip. And if it's too intense, release it at any time. But if you can bear it, let's take 3 breaths together. So see if you can keep your chest square to the front. Take a deep breath and notice that stretch along that left side, neck, chest, and even front thigh. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Go ahead and drop your foot down. If you had it, you could always use the strap too there to work up to that full extension and posture as well. When you feel ready, go ahead and retuck those back toes. You can come onto that back knee, lift the hips, and come back through tabletop. Maybe you sit the hips back and take a child's pose, or move through anything the body is calling. Maybe it's cat-cow. Eventually, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Once you feel complete with whatever movements or pauses you've taken, go ahead and press back to your downward facing dog if you're not there already. And we'll inhale this time, lift that left leg nice and high. And this time we're going to bring the left knee towards the back of the left wrist, rest it on the earth, and then dial that left foot towards the right, crossing the midline. You can extend back through the back leg, coming onto that front hip. And I didn't mention on the other side, but if your hip isn't hitting the earth, as mine is, that's totally fine. You can take either the blanket that's rolled up underneath you, or your mat, or a block, and stick it right underneath the hip that may be elevated. It can be a really nice support and help to decompress the knee a lot here. We're still working on opening up through that hip. So once you find that alignment, remembering that each side is different and to treat each side as such, go ahead and untuck those back toes and you can start to hinge forward and over that front. And you can bring your torso to a bolster or blanket if you like, if you have one nearby. Sometimes when we create these environments of support for our limbs, we start to see really magical openings happen because the body feels supported enough to release. So we find that sometimes when we support the limbs, that they tend to open more quickly than they would if they were dangling in space and resisting gravity. So come back to your breath. I have our timer set here now for the next 2 minutes. So as you're here for the next 2 minutes, see if you can just become that witness again, the observer. Notice the sensations that grow, where they grow, how they make you feel. Are there any thoughts that are paired here? And as you're here in inquiry, you remain in that place of non-judgment. Just notice. And the teacher told me one time, notice what you notice. I said, wow, that's actually really cool to think about. Notice what you're noticing. Where does your attention fall? And can you notice where it falls? Does it fall on the physical body? Does it fall somewhere else? And can you use your breath as this really awesome anchor to remain in that state of observation? You have about 30 more seconds. As you feel ready, you can slowly start to invite some of those soft movements back into your body, wiggling your fingertips and toes, and then gently pressing your torso up and back in line with the pelvis as much as you can, maybe hinging forward like me a little bit more to not compress your low back. And then if you feel ready, like you did on the other side, you can bend that knee, that back knee, and capture the back foot. If you can't capture the foot, you can use a strap here or a scarf. And then what we're doing, we're just gently applying a little bit of opening to that front thigh, but still protecting your knee. So if you feel any pulling at your knee, then put your leg back down. Got to keep your heart square to the front, opening it through the chest. Maybe you're finding that pectoral stretch along the chest. And also a really nice opening along the front body and the flexor. So if you sit at a desk all day, this can be really magical for you right now. This really counter stretch of the hip. One more deep breath. And then when you feel ready, gently release your foot to the earth. And you can come out. We're just going to roll onto the left hip. Tuck the left shoulder underneath, coming onto the left side. And then we're going to slowly make our way onto our back. Keep the feet grounded so the knees are bent. And that's to protect our low back. Allow it some time to open up to the earth as we just opened it up and elongated some of those muscles that support it. So just continuing to support this area. Keeping those knees bent. When you feel ready, go ahead and lift the feet off the earth. Maybe make some circles, rolling out the low back. Taking a couple breaths in this direction, and then reversing the direction of these circles. Taking any last and final movements here. I'm coming into a happy baby. If that looks or feels right for you, looks inviting for you, or it feels right in your body, go ahead and take that. And let those knees fall out to the side. Taking this variation, and you can grab peace fingers or grab big toes with the peace fingers and extend through the heels, keeping the low back rooted, and take a few breaths, maybe swaying from side to side. And whenever you feel complete, again, you can bring those feet in together, taking those last movements. I'm going to recline Baddha Konasana, bringing the bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the sides. And then moving into your final resting posture of choice, Shavasana, you can extend the legs nice and long on your mat. Letting those toes fall out to the sides, palms facing towards the earth, backs of the palms resting on the earth. And letting the back of the head ground into the floor beneath you. If the low back is still speaking to you, you can place something underneath the backs of your knees. You also have the option to take your Shavasana on the side body, coming onto your side, or on your belly. So finding final resting posture is a posture of your choice that you feel you can relax into. And after our bodies have gone through that vigorous practice, it's now in a state where it can rest and sit for this
meditation, you sit for this observation freely. So allow the body to relax, scanning it from toes to the crown of the head, softening section by section until you get to the face and the jaw, and releasing the jaw and clenching the teeth one last time. And let your tongue be heavy in your mouth as your eyes rest in your sockets. Your eyelids can close or your gaze can soften, softening the space just between the eyebrows as you come into your Shavasana. Beginning to deepen your breath, inviting soft movements through fingertips and toes. And gradually growing movements to rolling out the wrists and ankles. And if you'd like to take one last long body stretch here by reaching arms overhead and pointing through the toes of the feet, you're welcome to do so. And eventually rolling over onto one side and pausing on this one side for a moment, maybe with the eyes closed or gaze still softened, before transitioning your way to your seat. And as you feel ready to transition, go ahead and extend the top leg long and press the palm into the earth, lifting the torso. Coming to the earth or to a prop. And again, your eyes can remain closed as you bring length to your spine in your seat. And just taking a moment here to check in with yourself and notice your energy and if there's been a shift compared to when you first began your practice. Taking another moment here to lovingly reconnect to your initial intention, the one that you set nearly 60 minutes ago. And if you forgot what that was, see if you can create a new one for the rest of your day. Allow the palms of the hands to come together and meet in front of the heart space and Anjali Mudra prayer pose. Sealing your intention as you bow your head towards your fingertips.
And recognize the light of peace within yourself. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. As always, it's an honor to share this space with you. Namaste and Jai Bhagwan. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you.